Alright, so today we're going to be making a video about the Lucid Air. Yesterday, I booked a test drive for the Lucid Air. Yeah, obviously this is the first time I'm going to be driving a Lucid Air. It's actually the first time I'm going to be driving a car that expensive. I'll just enjoy myself. So yeah, if you guys want to follow along, watch me go to the Lucid test drive so we can see how good the Lucid Air really is. Alright, so we made it to the Lucid Air test drive. So that's my car right there, parked next to the Lucid. Right now, we just go to the building, do the test drive, and which one is this one again?
This one's the Lucid Air Touring.
Touring? Okay. Does it have the Dream Drive
Pro? Yeah. The version that you drive for right now, it's you have highway assist, which means it's going to stay between the lines and not be difficult.
You still have to steer.
Yeah, you still have to have your hands on the road. But,
Is it double tap?
it's go straight.
Yeah.
Release.
In situations, because now it's going to be like a
Yeah,
intersection.
you might have to
Take over,
Yeah.
right? So which one do I go to?
left.
Left.
Stay here.
Yeah, actually, you did it by yourself.
There.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. What's the difference between Swift and Sprint?
The pedal is going to be more responsive.
Okay.
The steering is going to be more stiff. Clutch is going to
Okay, so
adjust itself.
Okay, so the steering is matched with the actual.
Yeah, the driving
Okay,
mode.
perfect. That makes sense.
Let me try it.
Yeah. So that's Sprint. Can I try and go fast? Oh, my whole intestines just left the building. Oh my god. Oh man. My stomach's turning. Alright, so we're inside the Lucid Air. And you can see that there's a screen right here, a screen over here, another screen here, another screen here. So with the screen, you can change the drive mode, so there's Swift, Sprint, and Smooth. So with Smooth, that's basically the chill mode, and just the relax mode, if that's something you're going to use on a daily drive. Swift is something that you're going to use maybe on road trips, and Sprint is really drag race, trying to go full out. So we tested this out and it was actually very fast. So with themes here, you can change the actual theme of the actual car. So you can put space, you can put solitude, and we go on solitude. It does change over here. So it changes these screens more than anything. And yeah, so basically you can bring this screen up and you have another piece of center console, another space that you can put things in here, and it's very, very deep. So that's very nice. And with this, you can bring some information. So you can have the map over here, and you can have music over here, and you can play music with your Bluetooth. You can have calls over here. And this is going to be where you have your speed, your range, your mileage, your trip distance. All this information, important information while you're driving, is going to be on the screen over here. And this is mostly going to be your control. So for the lights, locking the car, charging, all that is going to be over here. Yeah, so I just showed you guys a feature that's pretty cool. So you can see that I have the map over here, and I can bring the map down just by dragging this down, and I can bring everything up from that's over here down to this screen just by dragging down. So if we go on music, we can just drag it down over here, and all the music settings are going to be here. So we can go on Spotify, Tidal, Sirius XM. There's different music options, so all of them are over here. You can see that there is the climate control over here, so that's pretty cool. You can change the volume of the music over here, but the fans and everything is going to be here. You can change the temperature with this, so all this control is actually here, so you don't have to worry about settings on a screen or not knowing where everything is. And I actually used this while I was driving, so it was very, very comfortable. I was able to do it while not looking at it, and honestly, driving the Lucid is something that's very, very easy to get used to, especially if you drive a Tesla, because all the settings and everything, like starting a drive, you have a stock over here, the wipers and the turn signals over here. The only thing that's probably a little bit different is starting the autopilot / dream drive. So if we look at the center console, we have two cup holders here. You have a space for the phone over here. You can lift an armrest over here. It's a little bit more space, but not that much. You can close the center console and have a wood piece here, which looks a lot better. But you can have your cup holders if you're hiding your center console. You can hide it halfway to have your cups over here, but it is going to get in the way of the screen. So that's one design flaw that I think that it should change, is because when your cups are here, you're going to have a hard time to actually touch the bottom of the screen. So yeah, that's it for the front driver's side. And also you can see here, there's a big side pocket here. This is what you use to actually open the door. And yeah, so now let's talk about the seats and the rest of the car. As you can see, it is a two-tone color, so it's like brown color, brown beige color for the floor, but gray and brown color for the seats. You can change settings with the lumbar and move it front and back. You can also do this on the screen, so that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, the interior is actually pretty nice. The materials are amazing. So obviously you're gonna get what you're paying for with this car, but it's actually pretty nice. All right, so this is the back seat of the Lucid Air Touring, and you can see here that there's a screen to control the actual climate. You can control the heated seats over here. So that's basically it. You can control the heated seats and the climate here. You do have controls over here to move around the fan, and you do have a pocket here. The pocket expands pretty far out and matches perfectly with the seat and the actual flooring. So a lot of people complain about the floor being too high. I feel like it's actually pretty cool because you can just lounge. There's so much room on the floor that you can lounge and not have any issues at all. So I think it's actually pretty good. I don't really have any complaints. I think it's very, very nice. So same thing with the side. You do have this material. I think this is for the speaker here, but all the different materials, the pockets is very big, and everything just looks like it's made with actual quality. And as you can see, the actual glass roof is pretty big. Just like the Tesla Model S, you can see the whole sky with this. The only issue is that you do have the sun visors breaking the immersion of the glass roof, but it is pretty big. And you can see that there's a whole line right here, but it still looks beautiful. And if you look through in the back seat, you do have one big panel that you can see the sky with, and it's amazing. So yeah, the interior is one that's really, really amazing. So another thing with the rear center console is that you do have some space down here, so you can put some things at the bottom here, and then from there you can have two USB-C ports right here. So Hyundai Ioniq, take notes that you can have USB-C in your car. I know this is an expensive car, but you can still have USB-C in the back row. All right, so if we bring the middle seat down for the rear, you have more space over here. You do have two cup holders over here, and even from here you can actually bring down a ski pass-through for your skis or golf clubs or whatever you want. All right, so if you look inside the trunk here, we'll see that there's enough space for like a golf clubs. I think this is the charging equipment. So we can see here, yeah, this is the charging equipment. Now you can fit it right on the side of the trunk right here. Fits perfectly. And you do have some sub trunk space here. And you can see that the opening is pretty small, but the trunk size is pretty wide. And this is a weird way to shape it, but I do think that this is a perfect shape for this car because people buying this car will not need that much of a wide opening. So yeah, that is the trunk of the Lucid Air Touring. All right, so the front trunk is automatic, and we do have a lot more space. All right, so as you can see, it is a two-tone coloring with this one. So have the Air Touring badge over here. It's like a gray silverish on the top and a burgundy color on the bottom. And you can see the wheels, it looks like aero wheels here to get the most range. So the light bar, I love light bars, so whole light bar all around. Have the Lucid badge in the back. This was a actually successful test drive, so very, very good. Nice car. Obviously it's a nice car. It is expensive, but it's a beautiful car. And if you're looking to get this over a Tesla Model S, I would suggest doing a test drive before getting the Tesla Model S, because this is actually a pretty good car to get. And the fact that it charges very fast, I think it charges over 300 kilowatts. I should check, but yeah, it charges very fast, has a lot of range. So this is a very good car to actually purchase. So we did drive on Comfort and on Sprint, but yeah, very good test drive. The car is comfortable, the features are amazing. I would love to do a charging test, but that's probably another video for another day. But the interior quality was amazing as well. No complaints actually. The only thing is that the software was a little stutterish, but it was still smooth and responsive and didn't have any problems with the software. The only competition for this car is a Tesla Model S, and that beats it in price, but this beats it in quality. So let me know which car you would get. Would it be the Tesla Model S or would it be the Lucid Air Touring? So see you guys on another video. Peace.